What's going on, YouTube? So back again at my favorite park. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the reliability of the car. So I got this car in December of 2022, and right now it's July 2023, so give about 8 months. And there were a couple surprising things that went wrong so far. So stay tuned, as I'm going to be talking more about that. So these tires, they are pretty thin. Again, these are the 20-inch rims with the low-profile tires. So because of where I live, in the winter it snows a lot, like almost every day. And because of this, the plows are constantly on the road. And what happens is that they scrape up the highway and just the local roads, and it causes a lot of potholes. So unfortunately, in the winter time, which is 4 months I had this car for winter time, I replaced the front driver's tire, the other side, 4 times. Yeah, 4 times, because I was constantly hitting potholes. And what's worse is that they're hard to see. Like, I think 3 out of the 4 times I was on the highway at nighttime, and like the potholes were like covered in snow and water, so it's like almost invisible to see. So if you're looking to purchase this car and it snows a lot where you live, and you plan on keeping these same tires on, I wouldn't recommend driving. I just wouldn't recommend driving it in the winter time. I would definitely recommend getting smaller rims and a bigger tire setup. With that being said, there's also a wheel and tire protection plan. So basically what this includes is if the rim or the tire were to get damaged, Audi would replace it free of charge. So in my particular plan, there's no deductible and there's no limit. So I can, get the tire and rim replaced as often as I liked. Well, so they say. So if you're looking to get a plan or a package like that, I would definitely make sure that there's no deductible and that there's no limit to how many times you can get it replaced or repaired. So that would be my advice. I know this is not really specifically about the S5. It's more just about my environment and my circumstances, but I just thought I'd bring that up because I wasn't really aware of it, like how fragile these tires are. So yeah, I just wanted to spread awareness. But yeah, that's gonna be that. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is going to be this carbon fiber spoiler. So as you can see, it looks pretty good, right? Yeah, looks very nice. And then I come around, that's also carbon fiber. So this is the carbon fiber package. Basically the mirrors and then the spoiler. So what has happened so far in the 8 months that I've had this car, you will notice, I'm not sure if the camera will be able to pick it up, just end it right here. So let's see, I'm not sure if you guys can see that, but basically it has cracked. Again, this came with the car, so it's OEM, it's a genuine Audi part. And so far there's like a little hairline crack, and I'm not really sure how much bigger it'll get, but yeah, cracked so far. So that is very, very disappointing. And this package was an additional, I believe, $1,300 for this package. And to see that this spoiler cracked already, come on, big disappointment. Okay, so another thing that happened is the stitching on this elbow rest was actually starting to come out. So I would say this happened around February, so about 3 months into owning this car. But I did manage to basically fix it and get it back in place. But yeah, it looked pretty bad. And again, I was surprised since this is a brand new car. But yeah, I'm glad I was able to fix it to the point where, you can't even tell now. So yeah. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the issue with the sunroof that I had. So on my way to the furniture store, I was driving there with the sunroof back like this, and once I put the car in park, because I got to the store obviously, I tried to close the sunroof and it just would not close. So let me see if I could just try to explain this to you guys. So I was in the car like this, and the sunroof was back like this, and I hit close, and it would do this. It would get that far and then just open back up. It was the weirdest thing. So what I did next was I basically just held it, right? Just trying to like force it to close. And as soon as I let go, it just opened back up as well. It was so weird. Eventually, on like the 10th try, I just pressed close and it closed. But till this day, I don't know like what caused it. And thankfully, it has not happened again. So yeah, very weird. But yeah, I'm just glad it didn't happen again. And this was about 2 to 3 months ago. So yeah. Okay, so the last thing I want to talk about, which is by far the worst thing that has happened, it's actually like pretty embarrassing. But I was driving, this was during the winter time, I was driving to go pick up food, and I got to a red light, and the car, it had the auto start stop. So since I was at a red light, the car, obviously, it turned off. And then once the light turned green, I basically tried to hit the gas. And once I hit the gas, basically the car just died. Like, it literally just died. And I got a warning on the dash. I forgot exactly what it said, but it said that it could not start and that it needs to be serviced immediately. So yeah, basically, a bunch of cars were behind me honking their horn, and I was just in like a dead car, a brand new dead car. Yeah, I just could not believe it. There were a couple errors. I'm not really sure like what they were, but I'll try to put them in this video if I can find it. I believe I took a video of it. But what I ended up doing was I basically, so the car, it was like this, it was in this mode, just the ignition. So what I did was I just completely powered it down like I did now. And then I opened the door and I let it sit like this for like 15 seconds. I just waited for it to go black. And then once those 15 seconds hit, I closed the door and then I just powered it right back on like this. And the 2 errors were there, but thank God it started back up. So yeah, basically that was the worst thing that happened. And for any cars that were behind me, I mean, it basically looked like this. I had my hazards on and the car was just dead at a red light in the middle of like a busy street. So yeah, that was pretty embarrassing. And definitely, the worst thing that I could imagine could happen with a brand new car. I did take it to Audi the next day and they did see the errors, but they couldn't get it to like completely die on its own again. The tech said that he drove it around and he tried to perform steps that would trigger it to not start again, but he said that he couldn't get that to happen, and that it was most likely just like a random software glitch. But yeah, that was definitely pretty scary, and I was very disappointed because I spent a lot of money on this car, and for it to just like die like that in the middle of the road, like, I'm just glad that I didn't get hit, because that was pretty scary. But yeah, anyway, those are basically the bad things that happened since I own this car. And also, if you guys wanted to see a video about something else with the car, just leave a comment and I'll be sure to, try to address it in my next video. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.